Teso Kereyoka. NRM oye! NRM oye! Museveni. Your Excellency, permit me humble myself before you to present the joint issues that have been developed by the people of Teso for presentation before you. Your Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, Major Retired Jessica Lupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Anita Anet Among, the Speaker of the 11th Parliament of Uganda, the Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement present, the Vice Chairperson, NRM, Eastern Uganda, Flight Captain Mike Mugula, the SEC members present here today, the Cabinet Ministers present, the members of Parliament of Teso Sub-Region present here today, our cultural leader, Papa Memo, the religious present here today, to put our hands together and thank His Excellency the President for his message. Your Excellency, as I move, permit me thank you so much for the strategic interventions that you've done to restore peace and security in Teso sub-region. And that is the roundabout we have at our entrance as we get in here. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for infrastructure development within Teso sub-region, especially the road network connectivity that we are now enjoying. You look at the road coming from Palisa to Kumi, which has been completed. We want to thank you for that. Your Excellency, connectivity between Palisa to Ngora was a challenge, but we want to thank you so much with the Minister of Works for working on the Leles Bridge, which has helped us to connect Palisa with Ngora. Our road, which was in the manifesto, starting from Kumi, Ngora to Kagwara, we have gotten today the breaking news, Your Excellency, that Cabinet already played its part. It is now left for us to have the loans approved, the money is available, so the people of Teso, that road has already arrived as one of the achievements for NRM. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, we are so proud as a region that our connectivity to other regions, if you look at this side, we connect to Karamoja, it is tarmac. We go to Lamu sub-region, it is tarmac. We go to Bugisu, it is tarmac. We want to thank you so much that you have helped us to reduce on the time that would have wasted on the Maram Road, challenged by all these factors. We want to thank you so much that your interventions and the government has been able to help mobility around and beyond Teso sub-region. Your Excellency, the tour is to assess the progress on how PDM is performing. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for this strategic decision that you took. PDM has been one of our best economic drivers. Members of Teso, let's put our hands together to thank His Excellency for the President of bringing PDM, which touches the last person down, having socio-economic transformation. We thank you so much for that. Your Excellency, we have some few issues that the members of Parliament plus all the local government leadership of Teso have put together, and we think that if these issues are attended to economically, we shall have no issue with NRM. We shall say this is what drives us to the next destination that you have always told us you want to take us to. Your Excellency, It's our appeal that government undertake certain measures in form of affirmative action programs in certain areas. Your Excellency, we have had a few meetings where these issues have been raised. We raised in Captura, we raised in State House, where we raised as the leaders of Teso the issue of education. When we look at education, Your Excellency, the people of Teso are appealing for the restoration of the scholarships that you used to offer the children of Teso, amounting to 250 science scholarships. Your Excellency, you did, when we had a meeting at State House, guide that we shall look at how we can put this perhaps in the next financial year. We want to remind you and appeal to you that the issue of scholarships is a very pertinent issue that all these leaders seated under the tent are appealing to you to restore for Teso sub-region. We shall appreciate Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Soroti, Teso as a sub-region has one city, and we have one referral hospital. Because of the growing population, Your Excellency, the hospital, the Soroti Regional Referral Hospital, has been defeated by numbers of the region. Land has been provided, and government promised that we should be able to have an extension or have a regional and a teaching hospital in Soroti, which can accommodate the sub-region. We want to appeal to you that this issue will be taken up seriously by the Minister of Health, and we have a regional and a teaching hospital in Teso sub-region. Your Excellency, strategically, I've always guided us that for us to join the money economy and have socio-economic transformation, we should have water for production. The people of Teso appeal that the issue of water for production and the desilting of dams. Your Excellency, we have dams that historically have been in there, but the biggest challenge we have with these dams is that the desilting exercise has not been undertaken on most of these dams. That's why when there rains, Teso being on the lower bed, you find that the flooding happens in Teso year in, year out, because the water catchment areas and retention areas are all silted. So I want to appeal to you that massively government undertakes deliberately to desilt these dams and be able to help us with the issue of the water for production. Your Excellency, Teso sub-region is gifted that the soils are fertile in such a manner that when we plant one of our staple food crops that we have is cassava, the people of Teso have jointly requested for a complete cassava processing plant. Your Excellency, cassava, I'm so much aware that you know, is one crop that endures even the harsh conditions, the climatic factors we have in Teso. It's very unfortunate, Your Excellency, that in the recent past, a kilo of cassava in Teso sub-region came as low as 100 shillings. Why? Because of the absence of a complete cassava processing plant, which would be able to absorb most of this cassava and have the value addition. So I want to appeal to you that our industrial park, which is in Soroti, this could be one of the factories that government can be able to put. And another issue, Excellency, permit me remind you, when we had a meeting, the issue of starch, which is imported and being done tax-free, and yet our starch, we have a cassava factory here which is on Oladot, may not be on a massive scale, but we find that there's a tax which is levied. And you did pronounce and direct that the Ministry of Finance should look at the issue of instead imposing a tax to imported starch and relieve our starch which is produced locally. Your Excellency, I want to appeal to you that you once more look into that issue. Your Excellency, as an affirmative action, you did give us a ministry, and that's the Minister of Teso Affairs. We want to appreciate you as the people of Teso that you gave us that ministry. Our humble appeal that we have presented to Your Excellency, and we do present to you now, that that ministry has funding, but the funding, like this financial year, is to the tune of about 4 billion. Your Excellency, we appeal that the ministry be given sufficient funding, being an affirmative action ministry. This ministry, Your Excellency, I did interact with the RCs of the Resistance Council. These are people who existed before perhaps some of us were born. Their humble appeal to government is that let government remember them as the ones who sacrificed, who stood with NRA at the time it was coming to power. They are appealing that you help them as the surviving RCs, even if you provided through Minister of Justice Affairs some iron sheets and resettle some of them. They will appreciate you, Museveni. Your Excellency, as Teso sub-region, we want to thank you for the infrastructure. There are these roads which have been done. Now, there are these feeder roads, Your Excellency, that do the network connectivity in our districts. There are these roads within the districts. Your Excellency, we want to thank you that you've been able to provide us with equipments. We have graders which have been given to these districts. Your Excellency, one of the challenges that we have as a sub-region is that there are certain equipments, such as the bulldozer, the excavator, which if Teso needs, and money in 1 billion has been given to these districts, and you want to raise swamps, we have to wait until Ginger is able to give us permission. Sometimes these local governments have suffered. We don't meet the timelines. Money is sometimes returned because at the last minute is when we struggle. We want to appeal to you that you give us our own sub-region. We have a workshop where we have excavator, a low bed, a bulldozer, which you can use within Teso sub-region. You accepted and accommodated us on the issue of cattle compensation. We launched the program with you, Your Excellency, at Soroti University, the issue of cattle compensation for Teso, Lango, and Acholi. Your Excellency, I'm fortunate that I do coordination for cattle compensation for Teso sub-region, being the chairperson for Teso parliamentary group. I coordinate with the Minister of Justice. Your Excellency, I want to request you, when we met on the issue of that Eken festival, you did hint that you're planning to meet the elders from Teso, Lango, and Acholi to get a lasting solution to the issue of cattle compensation. I bring the voices of those people that they are eagerly waiting for your appointment to meet with those elders so that we have a uniform solution. Whether we give per household, whether we go by the current status quo, that solution can only be done when we have that meeting. Excellency, Teso, historically, as we grew up, has been a cattle economy. You have preached the message of wealth creation, the traditional practices of the small cows to move to the high-yielding cows. We appeal to you that financial support be extended by government, us come up with breeding centers to have improvement in our breeds of cattle. Your Excellency, I want to appeal that the people of Teso are requesting that if government can just close its eyes and decides that in this particular financial year we do a serious community breeding for most of the cows in a given financial year, we could have transformation from our indigenous cows to have these modern cows. So we want to appeal to you as an affirmative action that you declare that a certain year that Teso will do artificial insemination, not at the current cost, which is expensive to some of our farmers. You find that sometimes you need 50,000, some areas 100,000 to get the semen of these improved breeds. But we want to appeal that if facilities such as breeding centers are here, we can massively be able to improve the breeds. Your Excellency, permit me raise those as our few issues that we have been able to put together, members of parliament, together with the community of Teso. I'll request my senior colleague, the government chief whip will be able to introduce the respective members of parliament present.
Another round of applause for the voice of the people of Teso. Your Excellency, before I move to the surprise by